they like they don't like one continuous thing. They like cut, cut, cut. You know, like it keeps,
you know we're recording now, right?
Oh, I do now. Little pre-production information there. Sorry.
Sorry.
It's kind of like when you're watching the news and they forget that the camera's on a certain angle and you see someone doing something that they shouldn't be doing. Like,
yeah.
That was that.
Well,
What you just saw right now.
Yeah. Well, they just keep their smile and they just keep standing like that until the camera goes off.
I'm like, oh, we're going to take it to Steve. And,
and then
they don't. And they're like, okay, we're not going to go to Steve now. We're going to go ahead and keep talking.
Okay, anyway, so this is like the crappiest video ever. We've tried so many times to make it, but
this is all planned. We're doing this on purpose.
Anyway, as for the topic this week, I'll just go right into it. I feel that transitioning and coming out to myself as being trans has made me more outgoing, and I'm able to better able to interact with people around me, especially girls. I don't feel shy around girls anymore, and at school I just interact with my classmates a lot more, and I'm part of group discussions and stuff like that, whereas before I just sit in the back and not do anything, not talk. But I really like how it's affected me, because I'm a much cooler person now, and people think I'm cool now too.
Okay, cool guy.
Yeah. I've been told it's not cool to think you're cool.
Yeah, that's so uncool.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
You have to be like me. Don't think I'm cool.
You really do think you're cool, though.
I really don't, though.
Yeah, whatever.
Hurt my feelings.
So, how has coming out to yourself made you change?
I mean, like, what are the changes that I've experienced when I transitioned? Like,
yeah, like personality-wise.
That is a good question. I mean, obviously, I'm more comfortable with myself, and this is how I should be. So
you're more outgoing?
I would say I'm not outgoing. Like, I'm still really shy, but I feel a lot more comfortable interacting with people. Like, if I'm like, I don't feel like I'm hiding anything anymore. Like, it's like I feel like when I'm speaking to someone, it's like I'm actually speaking to them instead of worrying about, oh my God, I'm such a liar because I really feel this way, and I'm presenting the wrong gender. Does that make sense?
Yes, I understand. So
hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So it's like it's easier. It's like you don't like all this like nonsense that's filtering or not filtering, but like being caught up in your brain is gone for the most part. And I will admit that the mental transition took a lot longer than the physical transition.
Yes, which brings me to this really quick off-topic thing. We have a topic suggestion for one of the weeks. It doesn't have to be next week, but mental transition versus physical transition, because we feel that they're both very different things. And you know, for those of us that are pretty far along in transition, you know, how do you feel? What was the question that we had?
It's like, how have you been preparing yourself to mentally transition as well as physically transition? Because I've noticed, I experienced this. The physical transition for me lasted about 2 years, but the mental transition is actually still an ongoing process, and I'm just now coming to grips with the fact that they're two separate components in the whole transition timeline.
Yeah, so anyway, that's our topic suggestion, so hopefully that could be something fun to talk about, you know.
But it kind of goes along with this topic in the sense that I'm like, you have to deal with the mental as well as, you know, as the physical, but in terms of how it's affected you, it's like I'm now realizing that it's like everything is kind of coming into line, where it's like I'm actually getting like social networks outside of this community. Well, I'm not really part of this community anyways, and I'm just kind of tagging along here. Thanks. But it's like now that I feel comfortable with myself, it's like I'm getting I have girlfriends now, and we go out, or we don't actually go out, but we hang out at work and talk about, you know, whatever, and it feels good. It's like like I'm just one of the girls, and it's awesome, and
Yeah.
I'm able to enjoy that and to understand
More so than
it.
before,
It's
right?
like, yeah, it's like I'm finally understanding what it is really like to be female and to be socialized as female, and it's just now coming. It's all starting to make a little bit of sense now. Like, as opposed to just physically, just physically changing. It's like, yeah, you can look like a girl, but if you're not mentally prepared to go through the same or to act like a girl, then it'll be hard. It'll be difficult, and I'm just now coming to grips with that. So, and it's been, I've been transitioned forever, so I'm kind of to now just be understanding either I'm like really like a late bloomer and just didn't get a clue until right now, or
Yeah, you just didn't get a clue. I think that's what it was. But I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Sorry, I know I suck.
I'm kidding. It's all good. So, yeah, overall, I think coming out as trans or transitioning has had very good positive effects, right?
Yeah, you're like super confident, and like when you were the other way, you were kind of always questioning yourself, and now you just kind of run with it, and that's good because I like confident guys. So
Yeah, a lot more confident. That's one thing I
Yeah.
forgot to say. A lot more confident.
And I don't know how we edit this video, but he was saying that, and I noticed this too a lot, is like girls dig him. Like wherever we go, they just. It's cool. There's a little twinge of jealousy there, but it's like wow, like chicks dig him, and they're not afraid to like flirt with him, even when I'm standing right next to him, which is kind of cool and weird at the same time. But
Yeah, I don't know if that has to do with my confidence.
he milks it up. He pretends like he doesn't notice, but I know he notices, and like he goes, he does his fair share of flirting back, and you do.
No, I don't.
You know you dig it too. You like
I
the
don't.
attention.
I don't flirt.
So it's like he's kind of just taking on his, like he's getting more confident and more sure of himself, which is very attractive, especially for guys. So
Yeah, so definitely had a positive effect, and I think for you as well, like you're doing a lot better, like with friends and stuff, better interactions.
yeah, I had a real problem, like developing friendships. Like I wasn't really part of the trans community, and I didn't really want to be. I hope that doesn't offend anyone. That's just the way how I felt. And I felt kind of isolated because I didn't really get the whole mental transition component, and I thought that I could just kind of transition, and then after I did that, everything would be perfect and it would be great, and life would continue.
Resume.
Yeah, resume. Thank you. Sorry, retarded right there. But I forgot what I was gonna say. I suck.
Anyway, basically, she interacts a lot better with friends.
Yes,
especially
thank
with
you very
girls.
much. I feel a lot more confident in terms of not being so insecure, and I still am insecure to a certain respect, but I think it's starting to dissolve. I'm starting to feel more, confident about myself, my body, the way I am, and just enjoy company, just hang out.
She's a lot more pleasant to be around as well.
Yeah, I was kind of a bitch.
Yeah,
I didn't
pretty much.
realize it that I was until like very recently. Actually, when you started transitioning is kind of when you were trying to chip down my walls.
Yeah.
It was like trying to resist as much as possible, but I didn't realize that I was such a guarded figure. Like so.
Finally got a chip in that wall though.
Yeah.
I think
But,
a couple good ones. Anyway, that's our video for this week. Sorry it's a little scattered, but hopefully I'll get to do some editing before I put this up. But if not, I apologize if we went off topic or anything. So have a great week, great weekend, and I will see you guys next week on Gender Blenders. Alrighty, later.